Welcome back to Love English Lab. Today we're taking you inside one of the most common places in everyday life, the coffee shop. From big chains like Starbucks to small neighborhood cafes, people all over the world spend time here.
Exactly. And that means English at the coffee shop is something you'll almost certainly need. Think about it. You walk in, there's a line, music in the background, the smell of espresso in the air. And soon the barista is asking, "Hi, what can I get for you?"
That's the classic moment. But there's more to it than just ordering. Sometimes they'll ask questions you don't expect, like, "Do you want room for cream?" That means, "Should I leave space in the cup so you can add milk or cream yourself?"
Or maybe you're in a hurry and you hear someone say, "Can I get this to go?" In the UK, it's takeaway. And if you're sitting down for a while, you might even ask, "Do you have free refills?"
Oh, and here's another one. When you've been sitting for an hour and need the bathroom, the polite way to ask is, "Excuse me, is there a restroom here?" It's super common, but many learners forget that everyday detail.
Right. And coffee shops aren't just about drinks. You might want to ask, "Do you have Wi-Fi?" Or "What's the Wi-Fi password?" Or maybe you'll comment on the wait. "Wow, the line is long today."
So in this lesson, we'll walk step by step through the full coffee shop experience. Ordering drinks, customizing them, adding food, paying, and even small talk while you wait. And along the way, we'll highlight these real-life phrases that make you sound natural, not just textbook English.
By the end, you'll be ready for all the little surprises of coffee shop English, from room for cream to refills to restroom.
Grab your cup, smell the coffee, and let's get started.
Let's go order. Okay, Alex, we've just stepped into the coffee shop. The smell of fresh espresso is in the air. There's soft music in the background, and the barista is smiling at us from behind the counter. The very first step is always the same, saying hello.
Right. A simple hi or hello works perfectly. You don't need to say much more because the barista will guide you with something like, "Hi, what can I get for you today?" Or, "What would you like?"
That's your cue to order. The most natural openers are, "Can I get?" "I'd like," or "Could I have?" These short phrases sound polite and confident.
Let's try an example. "Hi there, what can I get for you?"
"Hi, I'd like a cappuccino, please."
"Sure, what size?"
"Medium, please." See? Greeting, request, size. That's the basic formula.
Exactly, and remember, sizes can change. In many places, you'll hear small, medium, large. At Starbucks, you'll hear tall, grande, venti. If you're not sure, just ask, "What sizes do you have?"
Now, here's a phrase that surprises many learners. If you order a black coffee, the barista may ask, "Do you want room for cream?" That means, "Do you want me to leave space in the cup so you can add cream or milk yourself?" "Yes, please." "A little room?" "No, fill it up, please."
Exactly, and it's super common in the US.
Let's role-play that. "Hi, can I get you started?"
"Hi, a small black coffee, please."
"Do you want room for cream?"
"No, fill it up, please."
"Got it."
Perfect. Now, sugar and milk can be part of your order too. With sugar, no sugar. With milk, no milk.
Another tip, sometimes customers ask about refills. In many US cafes, especially diners or fast food places, you can ask, "Do you offer free refills?" Or "How much is a refill?" It doesn't apply everywhere, but it's useful to know.
True. And another real-life phrase. Sometimes before you order, you may need to ask, "Excuse me, where's the restroom?" That's the polite way to ask for the bathroom.
Yes, let's try a mini scene. "Excuse me, is there a restroom here?"
Yes, it's just past the counter on the left.
"Thank you."
Easy and polite. And while you're waiting in line, you might hear comments like, "Wow, the line is long today." Or, "It's always busy in the mornings." Those little phrases are perfect for small talk.
So, to summarize Chapter 1, start with a greeting. Use golden openers. Can I get? I'd like. Could I have? Confirm the size. Small, medium, large or tall. Grande, venti. Learn the room question. Do you want room for cream? Ask everyday things if needed. Excuse me, where's the restroom? Or, do you offer free refills? Use tiny details. With sugar, no milk, to go, for here.
Once you practice these basics, you'll sound natural in any coffee shop. And then you'll be ready for the fun part, customizing your order with milk choices, flavors, and all those extra details.
Which is exactly what we'll cover in Chapter 2. So Alex, in Chapter 1 we practiced the basics. But let's be honest, most people don't stop there. Coffee culture today is all about choices, and that means customizing.
Totally. The barista might ask you several questions in a row: hot or iced? What size? What kind of milk? Do you want any flavors? For here or to go? If you're ready with short answers, you'll sound natural.
Let's start with milk options. In many cafes, you'll hear things like whole milk, skim milk, 2%, half and half, soy, almond, or oat. A typical phrase would be, "Can I get a latte with oat milk?"
And if you don't want milk at all, you just say, "Black coffee, please." Simple and clear.
Sugar and sweetness are another big part. People say with sugar, no sugar, less sugar, or sugar-free syrup.
Flavors are super popular too. You'll often hear vanilla, caramel, hazelnut, mocha, or pumpkin spice. For example, I'd like a caramel latte with sugar-free vanilla syrup.
Then there's caffeine level. You can order decaf, regular, or even half-caf, which means half caffeinated and half decaf. For example, can I get a half-caf latte?
Temperature matters too. If you don't want your drink boiling hot, you can say, "Not too hot, please." If you love it steaming, you can say, "Extra hot."
And iced drinks have their own phrases. You can say light ice, no ice, or easy ice. For example, can I get an iced coffee? Light ice, please?
Let's try a role play with lots of extras.
Hi, what can I get for you?
Hi, could I have a grande vanilla latte with oat milk, sugar-free syrup, and an extra shot? Not too hot, please.
Sure. Anything else?
Actually, can I change that to almond milk instead?
No problem.
Thanks a lot.
That's realistic. People change their minds all the time, and the magic word is actually. You can say, "Actually, can I make that iced?" Or, "Actually, could I get it large instead?"
Another phrase you'll hear is skinny latte. That usually means non-fat milk with sugar-free syrup. You can also ask for extra foam on a cappuccino, no foam on a latte, with whip if you want whipped cream, or no whip if you don't.
Once you know phrases like with soy or almond or oat milk, with sugar or no sugar, extra shot, decaf or half-caf, not too hot or extra hot, light ice or no ice, skinny latte, extra foam or no foam, and with whip or no whip, you can order like a pro anywhere in the world.
And the barista will understand you right away, which means we're ready for the next step, ordering food and snacks to go with our drinks.
Yes, muffins, croissants, cookies, sandwiches, that's coming up in Chapter 3. So Alex, we've got our customized drinks ready, but let's be honest, no coffee shop visit feels complete without something to eat.
Totally. Coffee and food go hand in hand. You'll usually see pastries, muffins, cookies, croissants, bagels, maybe even sandwiches and salads. And the good news is that the language is almost the same as ordering drinks.
Exactly. You still use the same golden starters like can I get, I'd like, or could I have. Let's try a quick role play. Hi, what can I get for you?
Hi, I'd like a blueberry muffin, please.
Sure. Anything else?
Yes, could I also get a ham and cheese sandwich?
Of course. That was smooth and polite. And notice how Alex changed the phrase from I'd like to could I also get, so it doesn't sound repetitive.
Another really useful question is, what kinds do you have? You can say, what kinds of bagels do you have? Or, what kinds of sandwiches do you have?
Let's act it out. Excuse me, what kinds of bagels do you have?
We have plain, sesame, and everything bagels.
Great. Can I get an everything bagel with cream cheese, please?
Perfect. And here's another one. You can ask, are the muffins fresh today? Or, when were these baked? People don't always ask, but it's a natural phrase if you want to check.
Yes, and another very common phrase is, do you have, for example, do you have gluten-free bread? Or, do you have vegan options? Or, do you have salads?
Let's try it.
Do you have any vegetarian sandwiches?
Yes, we have a tomato and mozzarella sandwich.
Perfect, I'll take one. When it comes to pastries or sweets, you can also point and say, can I get that chocolate chip cookie? Or, I'd like one of those croissants, please. Pointing is completely natural, even native speakers do it.
Absolutely. And many cafes will ask, would you like that warmed up? Then you just answer, yes, please, or no, thanks.
Let's role play.
Would you like me to warm up the muffin?
Yes, please, that would be great.
Easy. And don't forget, sometimes you'll want more than one. You just use plurals. You can say, can I get 2 croissants, please? Or, could I have 3 cookies, please?
And if you want to take it away for later, you can ask, could I get that in a bag? Or, can you wrap that up, please?
Let's act that one out. Hi, I'd like a turkey sandwich to go, please. Could you wrap it up?
Of course. Anything else?
Yes, 2 chocolate cookies, please.
Sure. Perfect. And here's a fun detail. Many cafes have specials or seasonal items. You can ask, what's the soup of the day? Or, do you have any specials today? Or even, what's popular right now?
Let's try one.
Excuse me, do you have any specials today?
Yes, we have pumpkin spice muffins.
Nice, I'll take one. So really, food ordering is just like drink ordering. You use phrases like, I'd like a muffin, please. Can I get a sandwich? Do you have vegetarian options? Can you warm it up? Could you wrap it up? And you're ready for any coffee shop menu.
Exactly. And once you've ordered your food and your drink, the next step is paying and waiting for your order.
Which is what we'll cover in Chapter 4, money phrases, receipts, and the classic moment when the barista calls your name. So Alex, we've ordered our drinks and snacks. Now comes the practical part, paying. And I know a lot of learners get nervous here because money can feel fast and stressful.
True, but the good news is that it's almost always the same lines. The barista will usually say something like, that'll be $7.50 or your total is $12.20. That's your moment to pay.
If you're paying cash, you can just hand it over and say, here you go. Sometimes people add out of 10 or out of 20 to make it clear what bill they're giving. For example, out of 20, please.
Let's role play with cash.
Your total is $8.25.
Here you go. Out of 10.
Out of 10, here's your change, $1.75.
Thank you.
Nice. And if you're paying with a card, you can just say, card please, or I'll pay by card. Many times the barista will point to the machine and say, just tap your card here.
Or if you're using your phone, you can ask, "Do you take Apple Pay?" Or, "Can I pay with Google Pay?"
Let's try that.
"Hi, can I pay with Apple Pay?"
Yes, just tap your phone here.
"Great, thank you." Another detail is receipts. Sometimes they'll ask, "Do you need a receipt?" You can answer, "Yes, please," or "No, thanks." And if they don't ask but you want one, you can say, "Could I get a receipt, please?"
Exactly. Let's show it. That'll be $12.
"Here's my card. Could I get a receipt, please?"
Of course, here you go.
"Thanks so much." Sometimes you'll pay with a big bill. If your coffee is $6 and you only have a 50, it's polite to say, "Sorry, is it okay if I pay with a 50? Sometimes they'll reply, "Do you have anything smaller?" If you don't, you can just say, "Sorry, I don't."
Good tip. Now, once you've paid, the barista usually asks for your name so they can call you when your drink is ready. That's where you just say Alex or Charlotte. If your name is unusual, you can spell it or even give a simpler version.
Right, I sometimes just say, "Alex with an A." Easy.
Let's act out a full scene with paying and picking up. Your total is $6.50.
"Card, please."
Sure, just tap here. Can I have your name?
"Alex."
Great, we'll call you when it's ready. Latte for Alex.
"Thanks a lot." And that's real life. Sometimes it gets noisy. So if you're not sure you heard correctly, you can ask, "Sorry, did you say Alex?" Or if you see a cup and want to check, you can ask, "Is this for Alex?"
And if you accidentally pick up the wrong drink, you can return it politely with, "Sorry, I think this isn't mine."
Another nice little phrase is, "Could you call my name again, please, if you missed it the first time?"
So really, the key phrases here are things like, "Here you go, out of 20, card please, do you take Apple Pay, could I get a receipt, my name is this for me, and thanks a lot." With these, you'll sound calm and confident from the moment you hand over your money to the moment you pick up your drink.
Exactly, and that leaves us with the final part of the coffee shop experience. Small talk. Because coffee shops aren't just for drinks, they're also social spaces.
Which is what we'll cover in Chapter 5, all about social English and small talk at the coffee shop. So Alex, we've ordered, paid, and picked up our drinks. Now we're sitting at a table, and here's where another kind of English comes in. Small talk.
Exactly. Coffee shops are social spaces. They're not just about caffeine, they're about conversation. You might chat with the barista, with a friend, or even with a stranger at the next table.
Let's start with the barista. Sometimes after handing you the drink, they'll ask something simple like, "How's your day going?" or "Busy morning." A short answer works. You can say, "Good, thanks. How about you?" Or, "Yeah, busy but good."
Let's try it.
"Here's your latte. How's your day going?"
"Pretty good, thanks. How about yours?"
"Busy, but I can't complain."
"I hear you." "Thanks for the coffee."
Perfect. Quick, polite, and natural.
Now, if you're with a friend, the talk is usually light. You might say, "How's your morning?" Or, "Did you sleep well?" Or, "How's work going?" And it's also common to comment on the cafe itself with phrases like, "This place is cozy," "The coffee smells amazing," or, "I like the music here."
Let's act it out.
"This place is really nice."
Yeah, it feels cozy and the coffee smells amazing.
"And the muffins look great. I might get one later." Classic small talk with friends.
Now, there's another universal topic, the weather. People say things like, "It's such a nice day," or "Can you believe how cold it is today?" It sounds cliché, but it really happens.
Let's show it. "The weather's perfect today."
I know, it makes me want to sit outside all afternoon.
"Same here, but first, coffee."
Exactly.
And sometimes small talk happens with strangers. Maybe someone asks, "Excuse me, is this seat taken?" The polite answer is, "No, go ahead." If the cafe is busy, you might hear, "It's really crowded today," and you can reply, "Yeah, mornings are always like this."
Let's role play. Excuse me, is this seat taken?
"No, it's free, go ahead."
Thanks, it's really busy today, isn't it?
"Yeah, mornings here are always crowded."
True, at least the coffee's good.
"Definitely."
That's natural. And here are some other small but common things people say in coffee shops. You might ask, "Do you have Wi-Fi?" or "What's the Wi-Fi password?" You might comment, "The line is long today," or "It's always busy around this time."
And when it's time to leave, the barista or another customer might say, "Have a good one," or "See you later." Those short goodbyes are super common.
Exactly. So small talk in coffee shops is really just short, polite sentences like, "How's your day going? This cafe is cozy. Is this seat taken? Do you have Wi-Fi? It's really crowded." Or, "Have a good one." They're simple, but they make you sound friendly and confident.
Which means we've now covered everything: ordering, customizing, adding food, paying, and small talk. That leaves us with the closing recap.
Yes, in the closing, we'll review the full coffee shop experience and remind you how to practice it with confidence.
Charlotte, I think this has been one of the most useful lessons we've ever done. Coffee shops are everywhere, and now our listeners know exactly how to handle every step in English.
Absolutely. From the very first hi at the counter all the way to small talk with a stranger, the phrases are short, clear, and real. And once you practice them, they start to feel automatic.
Let's do a quick recap. In Chapter 1, we practiced the basics, things like, "Can I get a cappuccino?" or "I'd like a latte," and we learned how to answer "for here" or "to go." We even covered that classic question, "Do you want room for cream?"
Then in Chapter 2, we customized. We practiced phrases like with almond milk, no sugar, sugar-free syrup, half-caf, light ice, extra hot, skinny latte, or even, "Actually, can I change that to almond milk instead?" Those details make you sound like a real customer, not a textbook.
Chapter 3 was all about food. We ordered muffins, croissants, sandwiches, cookies, and we practiced phrases like, "Do you have vegetarian options?" "Can you warm it up?" "Could you wrap it up?" And even, "What's the soup of the day?"
In Chapter 4, we paid and picked up. We used phrases like, "Here you go, out of 20, card please, do you take Apple Pay? Could I get a receipt?" And of course, giving your name and listening for it, like, "Latte for Alex."
And finally, Chapter 5 was about small talk. We answered, "How's your day going?" We commented, "This cafe is cozy." We asked, "Is this seat taken?" We said, "The line is long today." We even asked, "Do you have Wi-Fi?" And we ended with natural goodbyes, like "Have a good one," or "See you later."
So really, English at the coffee shop is about short, repeatable sentences. You don't need long grammar, you just need confidence to use phrases like, "Can I get?" "For here or to go?" "Room for cream?" "Could you warm it up?" "Card please," or "Have a good one."
And the more you practice them out loud, the less you'll translate in your head. You'll just order, chat, and enjoy your coffee.
Exactly. So here's a challenge. Next time you're at a coffee shop, try one phrase from each step. Order your drink, customize it, add a snack, ask for a receipt, and maybe even say, "Have a good one" as you leave.
That's the perfect practice routine. And remember, even if you make small mistakes, no one cares. The barista wants to help you, your friends want to chat, and English is simply the tool that connects you.
So relax, enjoy the smell of coffee, and let your English flow as naturally as your cappuccino foam.
Thanks for joining us today, everyone.
And until next time, keep practicing, keep sipping, and keep speaking English everywhere you go.
Bye for now.